Hello and good morning. It's Phil and Heather, and we are here at Disney's Magic Kingdom theme park in Orlando, the most visited theme park in the world. And we're excited to try to see how much we can get done here in one day. We've bought a Genie Plus and we plan on wearing that thing out. Come with us.
Do it one more time.
Welcome home.
Here we are going up Main Street, USA, heading towards the castle, all decked out for the 50th anniversary. They're doing early entry, half an hour early for guests of Disney hotels, but they shoot you off to the right towards Tomorrowland to check your Magic Band or your ticket to see if you're staying in a hotel, a Disney hotel. And we were planning on going the exact opposite direction, so we shall see if that's a problem. I don't think it will be. Yeah, it'll just make us walk a little further, not much. Well, the whole hub is closed off, and to get to where we were planning on going first, Adventureland, we have to go quite a long way, all the way around through Fantasyland and Liberty Square and all that mess. So I wish they would give you an option of which way you go when you're early admission. I took advantage of the time and them forcing me to go over this way to get a photograph of Cinderella Castle with perfect sun angle on it, and I think it's going to turn out pretty good. Look at all that sun behind me, holy crap. Here is the photograph I made there of kind of the side view of Cinderella Castle. There's a couple of spots that are a little overexposed. There was so much sun, and I'm not really thrilled with the new color scheme on the castle, but otherwise this shot's okay. While I was making my photograph, Heather investigated the situation, and she found out that the only parts of the park that are open during early hours are Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. So our plan of rope dropping and going to Adventureland has been spoiled, but that's fine. There's plenty of stuff to do in the rest of the park, or the two parts of the park that are open. There's the castle again. We're going to ride Peter Pan's Flight, which normally has an extremely long line, but we're here right at opening, so we're walking almost right on it. When we come here, we don't ride this ride at all, but we have a fast pass or a lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs where everybody else was going, so we decided to come here for a change of pace.
Come on, everybody.
Now I've got you, Peter Pan.
Was that fun?
That was fun.
That was fun. There are 50 of the gold statues for the 50th anniversary, and I'd like to photograph them all, but you need to be at the statue at a time where there's good light on it. So most of them I've just walked right past as we've been. This is our third park of this trip. But as we walk past the Mad Hatter's teacup ride, the Mad Hatter statue looked really good, had great light on it. So I took a moment and made a shot with the ZFC. Here is that handheld Mad Hatter Tea Party shot. You can see the Mad Hatter statue there, and there's Mad Hatter's Tea Party ride in the background. Overall, I thought it came out okay. So we are riding the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. Say hi, Heather.
Hi.
She said hi. Love this ride.
Your very own race car.
There is the Tron coaster.
Your chance to drive in the fast lane without worrying about getting a speeding ticket.
You can see the entrance now on the Tron coaster. See that's new over there, and this ramp is way new. That's going to be awesome because Heather will be able to go up there on a scooter. Trying to see. I don't see where the train's going to go through just yet. Hi, Heather. So now we're heading over to Adventureland where we plan to start our day. Look, there's Pooh and Piglet in terrible light. And here's Adventureland, and it doesn't seem to be very crowded in here. I'm sure I'm wrong. Okay, so you can't go through the Jungle Cruise line on a scooter. So you go down there if you have a scooter and you get a return time. And while we are waiting for our return time, we're going to go up and do Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, you can't do a scooter in the line either, but they give you a wheelchair. So I'll push Heather through the line in a wheelchair. I'm using the ZFC with the 16 to 50, 1/25th of a second. $25,600 ISO.
It's Captain Jack Sparrow up.
Pirates of the Caribbean was fun, and now we're going to head on down to Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise.
I'm very single. And I recommend this. Unbelievable. That's my car! You left the lights on. That is so inconsiderate. And some Chevrolet Impalas there in the back. Some stripy horsies there in the corner. And look, a whole family of grumpy cats. Rawr, I hate Mondays. Lasagna. Now you think he'd know not to do that. But hey, what a rhino. I think he'll get the point though. That one's Ginger. Ginger snaps. This is one of a kind. That side of water!
Heather's new favorite ride from our last trip here, Splash Mountain, is closed for maintenance for a few weeks. We knew this was going to be closed, but it's still sad because Heather really likes it. I like it too. So there's the drop. I'm on the bridge over the drop, and you can see these guys working on the landing area below. Hello, country bears. For lunch, we decided to try out Pecos Bill's Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. I wasn't in the mood for anything spicy, so I just got a hamburger, and Heather got nachos. But I do have chips and queso as my side item. Now we're going to check out the Hall of Presidents. This is the lobby of the Hall of Presidents before where you go in for the show. And they have the official presidential seal there. All right, we're heading back to Tomorrowland now after enjoying the Hall of Presidents. And I think we are going to shoot some targets on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. Of all the 50th anniversary statues, the one that I probably have seen the most photographs of and think is the coolest is this one of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Heather likes to call him Stitchy. Can you see him up there? He's on the wall holding the 50th anniversary emblem in his mouth. I took a minute to make a photograph of Stitchy here on the purple wall. It was fun. Of all the 50th anniversary statue photographs I made during our entire trip, this one is by far my favorite. I love the light on it. I love the purple wall in the background. And Stitch with the 50th anniversary logo in his mouth. I just really thought this one turned out cool. Also, it has finally gotten warm enough on our January trip to wear a short sleeve shirt. It's been pretty cold the first 2 or 3 days, but today it's warming up, and I think tomorrow I'll be able to wear shorts. Now it's time for Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. On this ride, you ride in one of these little carts and you fire lasers at targets. We enjoyed the Space Ranger game, attraction, ride, whatever you want to call it. And next we're going back to Fantasyland because we have a lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. If anybody ever tells you, oh, there's almost nobody there in January, it's not crowded at all. It looks pretty crowded to me. All right, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Let's see if we can figure out where to go for our lightning lane return. I hate it when the lightning lane line appears to be longer than the standby line. In reality, it's not. In reality, there's a lot of queue for the standby line inside that there's not for the lightning lane, but it looks longer from the outside. Yeah, standby is 95 minutes. There's a lot of room for queue inside here. All right, let's do this. All right, we're on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
It's so fun.
Very excited. Back seat. Back seat.
Back seat.
Back seat. Woo! Woo-hoo!
We stopped.
It's got good brakes. Here we go. Somewhere up in that tower is a girl with really long hair. The Mickey's Premium Bar has special packaging for the 50th anniversary. This is our favorite dessert besides the one at Satuli Canteen. It's a Mickey-shaped ice cream sandwich is basically what it is. Not an ice cream sandwich.
Like a brown cow.
It's a Mickey-shaped brown cow. Chocolate over ice cream on a stick. There's Heather. After we got done with our ice cream, we sat right here on this bench with that beautiful background. And I got the ZFC out and did some timer selfies handheld. Eye Detect Autofocus always picks Heather's eye instead of my eye, and why wouldn't it? She has way better eyes than I do. So I'm out of focus in the shot, but who cares? Heather's in focus, and that's all that matters. Our destination is Big Thunder Mtn Railroad, which is over there across the water. And instead of taking the asphalt path, we're taking the boardwalk, which is kind of a nice change of pace, kind of secluded, but in the middle of Disney World at the same time. Well, it took us so long to load, we didn't get the wildest ride in the wilderness part, but we are going. Go. Heather.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
Once again, we are taking the boardwalk instead of the more crowded but much wider asphalt path. We like the boardwalk. Right on the water. Also, the boardwalk has a little give to it. It's a little easier on your feet walking on the boardwalk. That's a restaurant up there in this area that separates Liberty Square from Fantasyland. And you can see how the decor changes. Even on one side of the bridge it looked one way and the other it looked the other way. Still trying to get my head around the crowds, and I still don't think it's as busy as July, but it's pretty busy.
Want to stand on either side?
Lightning lane.
Enjoy.
Thanks. Lightning lane
I bet I can do it.
for Winnie the Pooh. You can really get your money's worth out of Genie Plus at Magic Kingdom because there's so many attractions here.
Come on in, everybody.
All right, here we go on Winnie the Pooh. You would think this would be a children's ride, but there's parts of this ride that remind me more of an acid trip.
If you ask me, he'll never reach that.
Something makes you feel just great, doesn't it? Watch out for heffalumps noodles. They steal honey.
Okay, kiddie ride so far. What in the world is this? Hey, look, it's us. Hello.
Hooray for Pooh, too.
Winnie the Pooh has some crazy dreams. That's all I can say about that. Okay, there's the Haunted Mansion where we're heading next.
Well, I don't think so. I don't even think it's ever a
Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way.
Eye Detect is working.
Rap on a tape. It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Singing white.
Now we have a lightning lane for the undersea adventures of the Little Mermaid.
Y vigilen a los niños. Gracias.
Under the sea we off the hook.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
Oh my, the black and white.
We always enjoy the Little Mermaid dark ride. It's a little bit brighter than some of the other dark rides and easier to make video clips. Now we're going to a live show that you really are not supposed to record, so we will not be joining you from Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, but I am prepared for Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor with my Sully shirt.
And while we're waiting, enjoy some juxtapositional humor. Master of ceremonies, me, Mike Wazowski.
I'm telepathetic. I just need a mind to read. Oh, we have a mind to read. Thank you for volunteering your mind, not to science, but to mind reading. They're coming with the microphone right now. I am Buddy Boyle. What is your name, if you do not mind? Correct.
Monsters Inc. lab floor was fun as always, and then Heather went into shopping mode, and by the time I got my camera out, I lost her. So now I got to search the store and find Heather. 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 Find something?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's 50th anniversary spirit jersey.
Whoa, it's sparkly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Show me the front of it. Ooh, Walt Disney World 50th. It's soft on the inside too. That's really nice, honey.
I like it.
All right, here's where we're having our early dinner, late lunch, Liberty Tree Tavern. Never eaten here before. It's in the Liberty Square area, and they serve you basically a Thanksgiving dinner, which is one of Heather's favorite things. I'm not huge on it, but I bet it's going to be delicious. Join our revolution, all you care to enjoy. Serving all day starting at 11. Colonial menu serves family style, including roast turkey, pot roast, carved pork, traditional accompaniment, seasonal vegetables, herb stuffing, house-made macaroni and cheese, and ooey gooey toffee cake. Sounds good. Adults are $39, plus they serve beer. Okay, we've made it to our table here at Liberty Tree Tavern, and it sure smells good in here. We've noticed that there's kind of some stairs that you have to go up to get to your table, but Heather noticed on the other side of the restaurant there's a lift, a small lift to get you up the 2 or 3 stairs, so if you can't do stairs at all, you can use that lift, and Heather made it up the few stairs to get to our table. Delicious looking salad has arrived really quickly. They do serve beer here, as you can see, and looks like they brought some pretty good looking rolls as well. This salad is fantastic. It has the perfect amount of dressing. It's kind of a vinaigrette sort of a thing, and it's delicious. Turkey, pork, beef pot roast, beans, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese.
Gravy, stuffing.
Gravy. Oh, stuffing is on the bottom in the middle with the meat piled all over it. And seemed like there's something else. Oh, cranberry sauce. Okay, the turkey is amazing. And I'll tell you why it's amazing. It's because it's so amazing that I thought it was the pork. Because normally I don't like turkey and I love pork. But I asked the waitress 3 times and she told me every time that what I thought was the pork was the turkey. So the turkey is fantastic. The dressing's real good, or stuffing. The roast beef is real good. The pork, I would say, was underwhelming because it reminds me of turkey. The mashed potatoes were great. The macaroni and cheese was pretty good. I didn't do any green beans. Did you like the green beans, Heather? Heather nods in the affirmative that she liked the green beans. Oh, and the cranberry sauce was, I thought, particularly good. Would you just look at that toffee cake? Okay, this dessert is so good. Heather and I are both stuffed, but we are finishing this dessert because it is fantastic. I found Dumbo over here in pretty good light. There's some sparkly lights in this tree behind it that I was able to bokehify. Plus there's some nice lights down here in the flowers shining up on Dumbo. It's kind of getting pretty close to sunset, and I made a composition from about right here with the ZFC. I think it turned out pretty good. I was kind of disappointed with this statue photograph. I thought it was going to turn out a lot better than it did, but when I look at it and see that I shot it handheld at 1/30th, I'm surprised it's even in focus, so I went ahead and shared it with you. Okay, once again, just like this morning, we are heading into Fantasyland. I just made a photograph of the Dumbo statue, and now we're going to ride Dumbo. Looking forward to it. Dumbo. All right, we are at Dumbo, which is the original Goes in Circles ride. And I'm going to try to make a photograph at a somewhat long exposure with some blur. Okay, so I think that turned out pretty good. I was shooting with the Nikon ZFC and the kit lens back at Heather behind me and her elephant, and I was shooting at 1/8 of a second, and I got kind of a blur of Heather flying in her elephant. Let's take a look at that now. While this didn't turn out perfectly sharp like I was hoping it would, there's some motion blur in both Heather and her Dumbo elephant. It still got the concept that I was shooting for, lots of background blur and a fairly sharp subject. Okay, it's nice and dark and the fireworks are coming, and we're trying to scout out a spot where hopefully I can set up a tripod and get some fireworks photos. We shall see. Okay, it's about an hour until fireworks and we're set up right in the center of the hub. We got the Walt statue right beside us. We're dead center with the castle behind us. I've got the Tokina 11-16 on the ZFC with a 3-stop neutral density. I'm set up for 30 seconds f8 ISO 100, and I'm going to shoot in timer mode. My tripod's really wobbly, so I'm going to do a 5-second timer, and after that 5 seconds I'm going to shoot 9 30-second shots, and I'll just do that over and over all the way through the fireworks show, and hopefully I'll catch some magic. Here is the first 30-second shot, and those two streaking light trails are not even in the sky at the same time. That's what you can do with a 30-second shot. Here's another 30-second shot, and the settings that I set up before I started shooting ended up working really well, and using the 3-stop neutral density filter worked out really well as well. Now this shot right here is one that I shared on social media. It was Heather's favorite. But all of these I thought were worth sharing with you here in our Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom photography video. Lots and lots of 30-second shots. I just set the camera up and let it go and make 30-second shot after 30-second shot. And then as we got closer to the end of the fireworks show, while this is still a 30-second shot, I made a series of shots at a little bit shorter shutter speed. Here is one that is only 13 seconds instead of 30 seconds. I was thinking that the grand finale would have too much information, and this one is only 8 seconds. So sometimes using a shutter speed that's not quite as long can do just as well as a longer one. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is get on to the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, which is also known as the teacups. And I'm going to try to get us spinning pretty good, or maybe not even all that fast, and make photographs of Heather with a crazy blurred background. I'm going to try it first with the ultra wide, but it's manual focus, and if that doesn't come out good, we might do it again with the 16-50. But I think the ultra wide would have more blur in the background, and that's really what I'm looking for. Okay, so Heather and I rode the Mad Hatter's Tea Party twice. I used the ultra wide lens both times because that was a good focal length to get a lot of background blur. The first time, gosh, I can't remember what I did wrong. Oh, I shot with no exposure compensation and everything was way too bright. The second time I started out with a full stop under, and then I eased it back up to a third of a stop under, and a full stop under was what worked the best. And I think some of the shots turned out okay. The trickiest part of this whole thing is doing long exposure photography, 1/15 of a second, on a spinning teacup with a manual focus lens. It was tough, but this one turned out fairly good. Yeah, all right. Heather and I are rolling through and walking through Cinderella Castle here. And let me give you a view once we come out of the castle. You'll see the castle above us. And then I also want to show you the look down Main Street, USA, with all the lights lit up. It's pretty cool. And let's see, there is the 50th anniversary logo on the castle. Well, they've got extended hours tonight for people staying in deluxe resorts, which is us. And there's about an hour left until they make us leave. And, well, we're tired, so we're heading on out. What time is it? 9 o'clock? We've been here since...
It's almost 10.
Yeah, it's almost 10. We've been here since 9 this morning. My man over here is getting some long exposure shots. Hope they turn out good. And a lot of people do photography here. And just wait until you see. I'm gonna turn around. You can see the castle behind me, but look at all these lights on Main Street, USA. Pretty cool. Say bye, Heather.
Bye bye.
Did I get you in the frame? Oh,
I'm
there you
here.
go. Okay, bye bye.